Hello, loves. It is your Auntie Alexis. I'm not going to get to spend this holiday season with you, so I thought we would kind of spend time with each other virtually. So, you have hopefully by now received your care package, and in it is a canvas. There are 4 colors of paint. That's all you're going to need: white, blue, red, yellow. White, blue, red, yellow. You've also received a paint tray and some paint brushes. Okay, so before you get started, make sure you cover the table or wherever you're going to be working with a table cover, or in the future, just anything. Anytime you paint, make sure you cover up the area and that you're careful so you don't get paint anywhere. Okay, we always want to respect other people's space when we're going to paint. Also, get you a cup of water. This is blue already because I started painting, but a cup of water, and then also a paper towel to dry your paintbrush off when you're cleaning it off. Hopefully you have made your hot chocolate and you're enjoying some. I'm drinking some tea. Baby Ara is asleep, and so this is the perfect time to paint. So go ahead and pour a little bit of blue paint into your tray. Always use a little bit of paint and then always add more when you need it. That way you don't waste paint and it can last longer. So go ahead and press pause, and you're going to paint everything blue, the backdrop, except for this planter, and then this is going to be a snowman, okay? I went ahead, I painted it once, I let it dry a little bit, and then I painted it a second time to give it a second coat. So go ahead and pause the video so you can do your blue backdrop. All right, so after you do your blue backdrop, then you're going to take your white paint, pour your white paint into the tray, and then I took a smaller paintbrush and go ahead and go in and then paint your snowman. Fill him in. So I've already finished. When you finish using your paintbrush, you're going to rinse it off, okay? In your water. You can hear me rinsing it off. And then drying it and dabbing it on the paper towel. At the very end, we'll wash our brushes really well, but for now, at least, they don't have that paint that's going to dry on them. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take the end of that paintbrush and we're going to make snow on your canvas, okay? So I'm going to take the end, so it's round. I'm going to just dip it upright into the white paint, and then I can make little dots, okay? So you go ahead and do that. You can just do that together, dipping it into the paint to make our dots. And this is our snow. It's not going to snow in Fort Stockton this year. That's where I'll be spending Christmas. But it can snow on our canvas. Have you guys ever experienced real snow? Sometimes it snows here. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's like a little bit of snow, but it's not enough to collect on the ground. Then sometimes we can get like an inch or two, even out here in West Texas. Okay, so your picture will look a little like this with all the snowflakes in the backdrop. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is fun, and it is going to require some help from a parent. So I'm going to rinse off the end of that paintbrush. So anytime you want to do dots or circles, you can always use the end of the paintbrush too. I've been doing that for years. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make green. Do you know what 2 colors we're going to mix to make the color green? You're right. We're going to mix blue and red. Just kidding. Blue and red makes purple. Good job. Blue and red makes purple, but blue and yellow will make green. So first I'm going to start with yellow. And I'm going to do about a nickel-sized amount of yellow in my tray. And then I'll take the green and I'm going to do probably like a dime size right in the center. Okay? And then take one of your paintbrushes and mix it up. Mix, 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 mix. Now I'm starting to see green now that I have it really mixed up. This kind of green reminds me of the Grinch. So if you want your Christmas tree to be that color, then you're done. Or what I do want a darker green, so I'm going to take blue, but I'm going to do very little and start adding the blue. Oops. Just a little at a time. Mix, 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 mix. Start getting a darker color. I'm going to add some more blue. So if you want, you can pause the video here so you can create your green color. Oh, I think I've got to where it'll be good for me. I need to hurry so my phone doesn't stop again because of space. Okay, so what you can do, originally on the canvas, you saw that I made this long line. So that's for your Christmas tree, okay? And the way that our Christmas tree, part of it's gonna be like it's actually coming off the canvas and the other part's on the canvas. So you're gonna take one of your paintbrushes, it's kind of thin at the end, this one that I have. I'm gonna put paint on the tip, and then I'm gonna start at the very top and I'm gonna go down and out, down and out. Okay, so all I did is I'm at the line, and I'm gonna swing it out. I go back to the line under this first one and I'm gonna swing it out. Okay, add a little bit more paint. And as I'm going down, those strokes are getting longer because we know that the top of the tree, the branches are shorter and then they get longer. So longer, so I put it on the line and I swing it out, put my brush on the line and swing it out. And then again, see how it's getting longer as it goes down. Longer, longer. Pushing those brush strokes out and out and out. Out, 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 out. Okay. So you've got your tree. Awesome. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is you can kind of put that paintbrush to the side because we might use it in a minute to touch up our tree and add a little bit to it. So I'm just going to put it right here to the side on top of a piece of paper. And then you're going to take your brown, your red, and we're going to make like a brownish color. Actually, first, we're going to decorate the scarf. So the snowman scarf, you could make it green, you could make it red. I'm going to do the snowman scarf red and then kind of touch up and add to it, okay? So I'm going to add a little bit red and I'm going to come in here and paint the scarf. Oh, I should have done a Baylor scarf. But you do however you want. You could do this scarf polka dots. You can do it striped. So you'll color it in right here. Remember, you also might want to go on the edge, color that in using a smaller paintbrush, okay? Went once, I'm gonna come again. And then I'm gonna come right here, like the scarf, it's around his neck, right? And then it's coming down. So I'm gonna make like an upside down triangle. If you want, maybe your parent can draw it for you and then you could color it in, but I'm just come right here. This upside down triangle, it's like the edge of the scarf hanging down. Okay. Hope you guys are having fun. Be very patient whenever you're painting and creating. And something my brother Alfred always taught me was that you can never ruin art. He was an amazing, incredible artist, and I hope that one day we can sit down and we can show you all the amazing things that he drew and painted. But that's something he taught me, and I've always remembered that anytime I was at school doing a project or just painting and drawing or sketching on my own, that art can never be ruined. Even if I was to accidentally spill all this blue on my canvas, there would be something that we could do to fix it, okay? So as that dries a little bit, I'm gonna go and And I'm gonna add some red in another tray, another hole. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to it, okay? So if I mix, I'm gonna use the bottom of my paintbrush to mix it up. And if I mix yellow and red together, what color are we gonna make? You got it, we're making orange. And why do you think we need orange? Perfect, because our snowman needs a carrot nose. Who likes to eat carrots? I love carrots. I can eat them raw, which means they're not cooked, or I like to eat them when they are cooked. So I'm gonna put the end of that again into my water. Now look, your water starts to turn an ewy color. Wipe the end off, and then you can go in and paint your nose. I want my snowman looking at the tree, so his nose is gonna kind of come off. So let me show you. So I'm right at the edge, I'm on the circle, and it's going out toward. Now your snowman could have a little nose, or your snowman could have a long nose. So however you want to make it. You can even pick a name for your snowman. This name just came to my mind. Steve. I'm calling my snowman Steve. Okay? So then also what we can go ahead and do is add an eye to your snowman. So I'm going to take the end of my marker and paintbrush, and I'm going to just make a blue dot for his eye. Because Steve needs an eye. I'm going to make it round, because in a minute I'm going to go put some dots in it so it looks like a button. So it'll look like we used a button to make the snowman's eye. So one Christmas, my husband and I, Robert, we weren't married yet. We made a huge snowman with some of our neighbors. Maybe I can find the picture, but he was like taller than us. So there were 4 of us, and we made, at the bottom of like his first ball that made the foundation of the snowman was so big. It was the biggest snowman ever. And even when all the snow everywhere had melted, he stayed there because he was so solid. So here is my eye. What I did is I just took this bottom like I showed you earlier, and then I just went small, and then I got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'll let that dry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that orange color, and we're gonna use that to paint what our tree is in. I keep forgetting the word. It's called a planter. It could be a planter, whatever you put your trees in, or plants in. So since it's in a planter, we're pretending that this tree is alive. It's not a fake tree. When I was younger, we would always go pick out a real tree for Christmas. And then it kind of bothered Alfred with his allergies, so we stopped doing the real tree. Alfred and Allie they always have things that kind of bother them and make their nose run and sniffle. So I'm just painting in the bottom. And remember, at any time you can pause the video so you can catch up on that step, okay? Get a drink of my tea over here. You know, this time of the year is always really fun. I enjoy just remembering that a lot of things are estimates, meaning we don't know the exact time of things. Sometimes we just pick a date and we celebrate certain things, like say your birthday. We know for sure you were born on that day. That's why we celebrate it. But say the birth of Jesus. Some say that he was born on the 25th, some say another day. But for us, it's just a time. It doesn't matter which day. But it's just important, just like it's important that we stop it's important to us that we celebrate our birthdays. We're just thankful for another year of health and fun and another year that we get to be with our families. It's important for me to stop and think, man, this was the time, or just recognize that there was a day that Jesus was born and that he came into our lives and that he loves us so much. And I love Jesus so much, and I love to talk to people about Jesus. And so, because I love you guys and I want you guys to know about Jesus too. And as you get older, then it's up to you to get to learn more about him if you're interested or not interested. But if y'all ever have any questions about him and how much he loves you and how special you are to him, then I would love to answer them for you, okay? So that's why I like this season. And he gave for us, God gave us him as his son, and that's why I think people decided they wanted to give gifts around this time. And so one of the greatest gifts that we can give him is by loving him and worshiping him and loving his children. So everybody is a child of God. So when you love other people, when you love someone that's homeless, when you love a child at school that's playing by themselves, or maybe there's a child that doesn't have a lot of friends because they're different, but you go be friends with them and you show them that you care and love, or maybe you ask them to sit with you at lunch, that's showing kindness and that's showing love. Or sometimes our mom and dad, they've had a long day and they need our love. So if we can pick up our things and clean our room, or we can go to our mom and dad and ask them, hey, how can I help you today? That's showing love too. And then, we all have brothers and sisters. And so when I can be nice to my brothers and sisters, that's showing love. I know sometimes we feel like we might feel mad at them or they might be annoying us, but that doesn't mean that we have to act ugly. It doesn't mean we have to scream or argue with each other. We can just still stay in love, okay? So really, most importantly, I hope that you can love on your brothers and sisters, okay? Some of y'all just have brothers. Well, actually, y'all are all boys on one side and girls on the other side. Okay, so I finished that. I'm going to let it dry. Now I'm going back to my snowman, and I want to work on his scarf, okay? So I think what I'll do is I'm going to add some yellow. There we go. And I'm going to make some lines. I'm going to make stripes. So I'm going to rinse off this orange on my tiny paintbrush. And you have multiple paintbrushes you can use. I only have a couple right now, so I'm just reusing those. And I'm going to go do some stripes with that yellow. And then, so I'm going to do the stripes on this part. I've got to also make sure I do stripes on the part that's hanging too. And I think I want to add some blue and green in there, just make it super colorful. So I think I'll do some green stripes and maybe blue dots. Let's see, could even do white if I wanted. So what did I say? Green stripes. No, I think I'll do green dots, some blue stripes. Blue stripes. I should have played some Christmas music. Again, remember, you can pause the video anytime. We're just finishing decorating our scarf. And then I think I'm going to add some white to it, actually. I'm going to do white dots with the bottom of my paintbrush. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you guys are at that age where you're learning to read and count. I love to read. I hope y'all love to read. Sometimes reading's hard for some people, but anything in life that's ever hard for you just means you have to work a little bit harder. Like numbers for my brain was kind of difficult, so I just had to work harder. It didn't mean it was impossible for me. It just meant I might have to put more time in it than my friends did, and that's okay. When it came to sports, I didn't get sports as easily as some of my friends did. So what I would do is I would stay after practice and I'd practice a little bit more, and I would practice on my own at home, and I got better and better. So whatever it is in life that you want to do, just practice it. You can also ask for help from someone that's really good at it, and you can always get better, okay? Never give up on whatever you're interested in. Never give up. So there's my cute little decorated scarf. Now we're going to come back to the tree, and remember I told you I saved my paintbrush. I didn't rinse it off yet. I'm going to add some more green so the leaves go out. Actually, I might wait a little bit until my orange dries. Okay, because you do want to wait. If you're going to paint over another section, you want to make sure that it's dry so it doesn't smear. So in the meantime, I'm going to paint a star on the top of my tree, okay? And to me, I love stars because it was a star that led the wise men to Bethlehem. It was a star that marked where Jesus was born. And what's really cool, if you read the story, I just read the story in Matthew. You could read it in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, any of the Gospels. But the city that Jesus was born in Bethlehem, was like a really insignificant city. Insignificant is a word that means not important. So it was a city that wasn't very important, but it's the city that God chose Jesus to be born in. And to me, what I love about that is that it shows that even great things can come out of something that is not as important. So this might be a lot for you guys to process, because I know you have younger smart brains, but just always know that no matter where you came from, you can always grow. And even sometimes in life, we make choices that aren't that great, and they might seem to put us back. Like, let's say you got in trouble for something, and that means you missed out on getting to do something with your friends or family, so then you feel down. But always know from that down position, you can always grow, okay? There's always going to be room for growth, especially when you do it in the name of Jesus. So I'm going to take yellow. I just heard Ara, she's waking up. And I'm going to make a star on the top of my tree. So that is why I love stars. You know, there was a king at the time when Jesus was going to be born. These 3 wise men went and spoke to the king. His name was Herod. And they told him, hey, there's this king. He's going to be born. This baby that's going to be born. He is the King of Kings. He's the Prince of Peace. That's what I love. God gives us peace as well. And he's going to be born. This baby's going to be born. And Herod told the wise men, well, when you find the king, come back and tell me where you found him, because I want to worship him. But really, the king wanted to kill him because he didn't want anybody else to be called king. He wanted to only be worshipped himself. And so after the wise men found Jesus and they gave him gifts, in a dream, God told them not to go back to Herod. God warned them that Herod wanted to hurt Jesus. So the wise men never went back that same direction as Herod. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's go get Ara. She woke up. Ooh. Hey, Ara. Are you awake? Oh, did you just wake up and do that? Wake up and do that? Oh, you did. You did. So here's Ara, y'all. She just got out of her bath and took a nap and ate. So look, she's kind of got bed hair. Do y'all kind of wake up with bed hair like that sometimes? Say hi to Emily and Lily and Hank and Gus and Red. Say hi. She's got a cute little tutu on today. Hi. If I sit her with us, she's grabbing lots of things. She might grab my painting, but let's see. So we're almost done. So y'all can see the star I added on top. And now that my orange is a little bit more dry, I'm gonna go and do some longer leaves on the bottom of the tree. Oop, got a little bit of orange in there. That's all right. Kind of gonna make these on top a little bit longer. So what I did is I went over and no, Aura, that's not for you. And I made these longer. Okay, I just wanted it to be longer. Now I'm gonna go to the other side and make those a little bit longer too. Okay, so see the other side I made them. So my tree looks more full. Looks like there's more green, more pines on my tree. And then I went toward the bottom so it covers over the flower pot. And that is all. I hope y'all had fun painting. And like I said, you can name, what did y'all remember what I named mine? His name was Steve. But now you have those paints and maybe you can create more things. And you also can see that sometimes you don't need every color. You can mix colors together and get the exact color that you need. Now, something also that an artist always does is they always sign their art. So you can either sign with your whole name, you could sign your initials. It's different. You can make that your signature. You can sign with the shape if you want, but make sure on the bottom, I always do this corner. I'll wait till mine is dry, put your signature on there, okay? You can use the paint to do your signature, or sometimes when I'm painting on canvas with acrylic paints, these paints are called acrylic paints, I'll do signatures or sometimes like outline with a black Sharpie marker. So that's an option too. You can try that out. Well, we love you very much. I'm glad y'all got to see Aura in her bedhead. My mamas. And hope you have an awesome rest of your holidays and enjoy the rest of your break. Love y'all. Bye.